Hey guys, how you going? Yeah, went to a little auction yesterday, local one near me, and picked up these generators here. 20 bucks each. So it's a bit of a spur of the moment purchase, but I reckon we might be able to get it going. Also got this pipe cutter. It's a big old thing. Got that for 30 bucks as well. But yeah, these things are what's exciting me. So let's get them into the shed and see what it's all about and see if we can get them going. Just literally, it was almost sight unseen thing. I seen them there and the prices went down and down and down, and then the auctioneer said 20 bucks. Put my hand up. Same thing with the next one, 20 bucks. Yep, I'll have that. So yeah, let's see if we can get them going. Alright, I might start with this one. This one looks slightly better. It's got a bit of a loose cord hanging out and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess we'll start with the basics. Check the oil, see if there's any fuel in them, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if I'm talking about it, the fuel actually doesn't smell too bad. It doesn't smell old at all, so just gonna give a rag. Wow, no, oil's clean as. Oh, I'm smearing all the rubbish off the dipstick on my finger, but I'll have to take my word for that. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. That ain't bad at all. That's a very good sign, I reckon. Now I'm looking at them, because that fuel doesn't really smell that old at all, you know. I reckon these might be runners. Let's quickly check the oil on this one. Same thing. Pretty clean. Alright. I reckon we should be a bit cheeky here and just try and fire this one up. Wouldn't that be funny? Turn my fuel on, which I think is on. Switch. What else have we got? Looks like a choke. I don't know. Something like that. See what happens, eh? Whoa. How much you wanted to go? No way. Surely not. Fuel is on. I don't know which way the choke is closed. Maybe it actually hasn't got any fuel. There's literally the tiniest bit of fuel in there. Maybe I'll put some fuel in and see what happens. Oh wait, there's some fuel. ain't bad for 20 bucks, is it? Wow, that sounds awesome. Tiny little bit of a fuel leak out of the fuel bowl. But yeah, I think I'll give this one a quick service. Change the oil, clean the air filter and stuff like that. It was a bit stuttery at like wide open, like choke off completely. So it might be an air filter issue or something like that, where it's a bit clogged up. Get it breathing a bit better. But what do you reckon? See if this other one starts, eh? Put this one down on the floor because that was rattling my whole bench apart. So let's see if we can do the same on this. That'll be awesome. We've got switch here, I think. Stop, on. Fuel on. What else? Choke. Don't know if that accelerator doesn't really feel like it's doing anything. Choke. A bit thicky. Pretty cool to start a first pop. Clearly a problem with the pull starter there. Not really coming off. We've got a pretty decent fuel leak. Looks like it's coming out of the carby bowl. And yeah, the thing wouldn't turn off. So a few problems with that one we'll have to look into. So that's cool. At least we know they run. Alright, we've clearly got starter issues going on there. Sounds like, yeah, it just hasn't got enough spring in it to pull it back off the flywheel. A little on-off switch didn't do anything, so I had to I just pulled the spark plug off to turn it off, and there is our fuel leak. We've got something going on there, but yeah. I mean, the other one runs pretty good, so I'll leave that one for now. Let's dig into this one and see if we can work it out. What's going on? Why, big heavy old thing. Doesn't really look like anything's gone wrong as such. Definitely needs some more winding, so I don't know if the spring's actually snapped in there or it's just come loose for some reason. Might just need to be wound up a bit more. Yeah, something's definitely gone on with the spring. I kept pulling it out. If you twist it, you can hear it slips in there when it gets to a certain tension. I don't know if you just heard that. Hear that? So I'm guessing the end might be snapped off it or something. But yes, see now it's totally foobar. I actually think these aren't serviceable units. I mean, you can obviously change the cord, but I think once the spring's dead, you might just have to buy a new one. because that's obviously not a serviceable part. You can't really get under there. No, that's not happening. And even if I get it off, can't fix it anyway. Alright, I'll be ordering myself a new pull start for that. That shouldn't be too bad, maybe like 30 bucks or something. For that starter, let's see if we can fix the issue. So I think sometimes crazy things happen. You can just tap these. No. No. She's still dripping. Let's take it off and see what's going on inside. There's not too much stuff in there. There's your float, which should be controlling your needle. Stop the fuel flow when it obviously reaches a certain level. So I wonder if that's just wasn't seating correctly. It's just aluminium, so it should seal in there pretty well. Maybe I had a bit of junk in the hole or something. Might just get some brake cleaner on it and give it a blast and so we can seal it up properly. Put him back in nice and tight. I'm just trying to see if there's an actual... Oh, so there is a rubber up in there. So I kind of just want to put this bowl back on and see what happens. If I replace the little washer that was on the bolt hole in the bowl, because that was clearly leaking. And yeah, let's just see what happens. All right, I can't find a fibre washer for it, but I believe these don't use washers anyway, because that's obviously, you got a machine face on your bolt, and it's aluminium, so it should seal against it, but it's a bit rough, so I think that's why they've put the washer on. So I'm just gonna have a go cleaning that up a bit and see if I can get that to seal nice and just have a look at what it's doing. It is quite badly pitted around there, so I think I will need a washer eventually. But just for now, I just want to see what it's doing. Turn the fuel back on. You can see it getting wet around the bolt hole already. Oh, there we go. Here's the drip. So it is coming around the top. So we're going to need new rubber around the top of the carby. That's a pretty cool air filter on this one. That's pretty serious. Put these two nuts back on to hold the carby on. Alright, so I just had a thought. I'm probably going to have to put some money into this one with the pull start and probably a carby kit or something like that at the least, I would say. So I just thought there's no point spending any money on it if it doesn't generate power. So I'm gonna try and fire it up. I'm gonna try to fire it up just with the rope, old school way, and plug my grinder in, and then see if it's actually going to make power before I go too deep into parts and that kind of stuff. So you can still start these ones. You just wrap it around, got a little loop there. I dare say you normally just wrap them clockwise. Probably some motors go the other way. But yeah, just want to see if it does anything power-wise. She's not going to run for me now, is she? It runs nice without the noise of the starter. Alright, so it makes power, so we're good. So I'm going to organise some parts, I think. But yeah, let's leave this on the back burner for a second. Might as well go and service the other one and get that mint, and then we know we can use it if we need it. So let's do that in the meantime while I order the pull start and carby kit. Alright, I want to have a look at the air cleaner on this one. Ooh, it's not a good start. That's it's pretty much disintegrating. It's not ideal. Yes, I think I will be ordering a new air cleaner for this one. It's probably not fantastic having all that going through your motor. She's definitely seen better days. Yeah, might as well drop the oil on it. Make sure the little copper washers always on these drain plugs when you put them back in. Sometimes they fall in the oil pan, which isn't a good thing. Put some new oil back in. With these small motors, 99% of the time you just fill it up till it's level with the bottom of the checking point, plug, whatever you want to call it, dipstick. What are we running today? Bit of Penrite. Good old Penrite. Might just use the funnel on this one. How's that? I was like, I had a little bit left in that container, and turns out it's the perfect amount. You can see it sitting there just at the threads. I don't know if you can or not. Alright, that's pretty much where you want to be. See, you can do it with a dipstick, but I know it's right there anyway, so that is awesome. Alright, I couldn't find a new air filter for it because I don't know why, it's a really old motor. But yeah, clearly can't use that. And I had some foam lying around, but I don't know, once I soak it with oil and it gets a bit of fuel on it or whatever, I don't really want it to break down, so picked up this, which is just a like rectangular piece of air filter material, or I guess it is an actual air filter for a some kind of Talon mower. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, so I think this is about twice the thickness, so I'm just going to cut 2 out, and that'll pretty much be my air filter. So it doesn't have to be spot on, as it's foam and we can squeeze it into place. Probably just cut that in half actually. Looks about the same. Surely. Good enough for me. I'll just put that bit in first. I'll just let's grab some air filter oil, because you've got to put a bit of oil on them so they catch the dust. Well, I can't find the filter oil, so a bit of 2-stroke oil is going to do the trick. You don't need a whole heap. Just a little gurgle. And just really work it in there. So the old filter did have a hole in it, but I'm just going to push that through like that. Push them in. And that looks beautiful. Alright, this little one's pretty much done. Good to go. Clean the spark plug, fresh oil, good fuel in it now. Yeah, air filter. Let's give it a test. Turn the fuel on. Probably going to rattle my whole bench apart, but it's alright. Bit of choke. Well, that was choke off actually, that's choke on now. The little thing runs really good. That's a 1500 watt generator. This heat gun is 1350 on number 1 and 2000 watts on number 2, so we'll see if we can run this good. Alright, that's on number 1. Nice and hot. probably be too much for it. Well, it does. I don't want to leave it on for too long. The rattle's just the bench rattling. It's not too bad. Anyway, I'm really happy with that little generator. Like I said, it's only a 1500 watt generator, and that heat gun on number 2 is 2000 watts, so way too much for it, but still did it. I didn't want to leave it on too long. But yeah, at 1350 watts on that heat gun, it would run all day. So yeah, I'm going to call this little one done. I'm going to put that in the sea container for when we need it, and pretty happy with that. And then let's tackle that other one. What I've actually done is order a carby off eBay, because couldn't get the couldn't get that little seal. I just couldn't get that little seal for the bowl, so here's a $30 China special carby. I'm gonna see if we'll hopefully order the right one. It was really hard to find it. Chuck that on, and I've been to heaps of mail shops. I don't know why it's so hard to find a pull start, so I might just keep doing the rope for a while. But yeah, as long as we can get it running right, put the carby on, I don't even really mind rope starting if I need to, but I'll keep an eye out for a pull start down the line. So yeah, let's chuck this carby on, see if we can get that one going good too. That's promising. Just spring in the little hole, lever in the big hole. Oh dear, I think the carb's different. Look at the difference. Oh dear. Yep, it's not the right one. It's unfortunate. I wonder if I can just use the bowls, because that's really all I needed. No, that's different too. Bummer. I guess that's the joy of ordering stuff off eBay, hey? They look very similar, but oh dear. What to do, what to do, what to do. Yeah, it's clearly a smaller carb. Even the fuel line's different. The bowl's actually bigger. I can't just swap the bowl over. It's a bigger diameter. Bugger. Oh dear. Might be on the back burner for this old girl. That's where the bowl keeps leaking out of there. Oh well. I mean, so all I really need, like, that's obviously not going to work. All I really need is this rubber, which I can't seem to find anywhere. It was a bit kinked, and now I don't know. It's way too big for where it needs to go now. So if I can find a rubber somewhere, I reckon we'll be right to put this fuel bowl back on, and it should stop that leak which we had. So look, I'm not going to give up on it yet. It might just take a while to source this rubber. So yeah, I might see you in a month or two when we revisit this, but who knows, unless I find one sooner. Yeah, the saga continues. All right, that was a quick 2 months. I was I was just playing with it for a minute, and I thought, hang on a minute, let's try chucking this rubber in the freezer to shrink it a little bit. So I had it in the freezer for a few minutes, and then it was still really, like, it was still way too big, but I was just playing with it and trying to jam it in, and I got it in. So I don't know if you can see it in there, but yeah, rubber's in. So I'm gonna put this all back together and then see what happens. And if it still leaks, then it's gonna get parked up for a while until we reevaluate. So let's chuck all this back together. I might just, through the magic of film, do that. So it should be together now. There you go, all back together. Anyway, let's hope. Let's have a slim chance. Put it on the floor, give it a few pulls and see what happens, eh? Let's do it. All right, I guess a good start's to turn the fuel on and see if it starts leaking. So I still haven't fixed this switch yet, but I just want to see if this is going to do anything. So the fuel is on. Yep, it's leaking profusely. Oh, looks like my dodgy fix didn't work. Nah, no love. Alright, I'm not even going to bother with it. That's going in the sea container until I find a carb or a seal or something. There's no real point to go any further, but hey, for 20 bucks, it's worth a gamble. And I guess we got one good generator out of it, which runs Mint, so I'm actually really happy with that. So I reckon it was a win anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna leave this like this for now. And that's it, end of the video. So yeah, thanks for watching. I guess I'll see you on the next one, if you're still watching this far, but yeah, cheers guys, catch up.